Alright guys, Lidow is back for WCR replays. Doing my first commentary in a while. I just took a break for a while. I did do a few for the beta. I posted those in the member forums, but if you didn't see them, that's okay. Most of you probably didn't. But anyways, today a random team game. XL Eller, Lidow, myself, double on deck, and Orc Night Elf. I'll go over basically what I do now, pretty much every game, although there's a few exceptions. Normally this would have been one, but you know, I had undead allies, so I'll explain that a bit later. So get at the 45-second mark, 1x speed, and we'll get it started. So obviously it's Orc Night Elf, so you can only expect one thing: headhunters and priestess. It's probably either archers or hunts. I noticed most of the good players go archers because hunts just get raped from two undeads that have nothing but fiends and a few other units here and there. So he just goes straight to archers, which is obviously the smart move. And I had to check. I've never had this happen before. I get ancient Avor rush. That wasn't really fun, but yeah, it's not that effective though. Although it did scare my lumber over a bit. You'll see that later on. So let's just get this started now. 3 seconds. We'll go. 3, 2, 1. On pause. So of course the map is Twisted Meadows, which is over time gotten a much better of a map. It's still, I think, slightly favored towards Night Elf, but nowhere near as it was in like 1.12. So it's playable at least. So since I have an undead ally, I'm gonna go Crypt Lord. Although I have a feeling XL Eller, he goes Crypt Lord too. So he was a bit surprised to see that I was calling it. So he ends up going Death Knight. If I would have known he really wanted the Crypt Lord, I would have just let him have it. But you know, he did really well with the Death Knight, so it's all good. So you can see Duff sends in, and the Wisp is a scout. First thought is he sees I don't really have units, I have 2 ghouls, so he's gonna go build an Ancient War with that Wisp pretty soon, and I don't really expect that. I didn't even look at it. It's in my Fog of War, but yet I don't do anything to stop it. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I think I was just checking out my ally space. Yeah, I was, and I didn't notice that was going up until my ally says something about it. But there's not really too much I could have done to stop it. I'm gonna send my 2 ghouls over there in a moment to try and take it down, but yeah. But whatever. So yeah, I will notice it. There we go. I'll notice it about now. I'm like, oh shit, he's building an Ancient War on my base. What can I do? So I'll just send those 2 Wisp over and try and stop it from getting up. You can see now it's a bit late. If I would have done it right away, I could have, but you know, still. I think the whole objective of it was done, as it completely screwed over my lumber, and I don't get to tech for a long time. I wanted to tech right away, but you know, it's sort of a blessing that this happened. Because if I wanted to tech right away, I'm pretty sure we would have lost. So you know, you kind of kill him in the end. Kind of. So anyways, you can see the Priestess and the Farseer are here. I'm kind of still trying to focus on the Ancient War, hoping to get it down. And he's going to send over some more Wisps to repair it. So basically, it's just a distraction. I've never dealt with it before, so I don't know how to handle the situation at all. And I'm pretty sure, after watching the replay, I handled it wrong. I should have just kept targeting the wolves like I would normally do. But, you know, I was just staring at this huge 1,000 point thing that has 50 damage on him. And I was afraid as hell. So, instead, you can see that I'm going to lose ghouls, I'm going to lose fiends. And of course, I don't have a Death Knight or a tower up. That did not help at all. You can see I do have a Spirit Tower that I started to make pretty early on, which is, I think, a really wise move. And plus, it will work later on, as they can't really do a full-out attack too early on, since I had that tower there. So, and plus, you know, normally you would build a Nubian Tower. It's not that much more expensive just to get the Spirit Tower if you have the graveyard up early enough. Anyways, just another 45 gold, 20 wood. Not that big of a deal for a much better tower. So now you can see the Farseer Priestess. Don't really want too much more in here since my ally came to save my ass. And we're gonna finish off this Ancient War. So you can see it didn't do any damage at all. It just did its purpose in distracting the hell out of me. You can see I'm far behind on the lumber at 34. At this point I decided to say screw it, I'm not gonna attack for a while since we both know that we're doing the whole massive unit thing. So I'll just throw up a shop, get a skeleton wand later on. and basically we're just gonna have to hope we get enough units to counter their massive units. Since we obviously have summons going on for us with skeletons and my beetles, hopefully the whole damage output they have can be outweighed by the fact that we have more units than they do. And hopefully we can get better items than they do from the troll priests and such. This one goes as a crappy little vampiric aura, which I keep for a little while, but then I decided to sell it, asking my ally, of course. Sometimes he might want to cut that if he was like planning on going abominations later, like in a huge amount. So I asked him a little bit later on, and he does make an abomination, but he only has one. That's for the last battle. So since it's twisted, like the huge thing here is getting that level 4 troll priest. Like I said before, it always gives a nice item. Hopefully you get like a really nice aura, like a true shot aura or devotion aura. And this one gives a really good item, but for some reason, you can see right here that we crepjacked them, but they're gonna fight us away here in a moment since they have all this extra damage, and we don't really have that big of a unit advantage quite yet, so we aren't gonna stay there. But the troll priest, nobody ever creeps it for the next 10 minutes or so until we're about to do our final attack, which is gonna surprise the hell out of me. So at this point we're running. We know if we stay there, we're gonna lose at least a lot of units. So we're just gonna run before we lose anything at all. We don't quite have enough units in our minds yet, so no point in staying to fight a losing battle. Unless you know you can do more damage to them. But you know, we're pretty confident that we can't. So I went all the way home. You can say I'm actually teching, although it was for no reason at all, except just to get potions. That was all I really teched for. I do get a second hero this game, but he doesn't really do much thanks to the whole massive unit strategy. Kind of screws over any sort of chance of getting units that get stuck in the back and at the front of the battle. So it becomes an issue later on. So I really shouldn't have bothered. I get Panda second, by the way, but like I said, he doesn't do jack shit. But yeah, so we just continue to creep both sides. Kind of a little boring part of the game. You can see not too much to it. I don't really know what to say at this point in the game sometimes. You can see the orc isn't teching at all. Normally if I was an orc and I was doing this, I would tech pretty quickly. Like once I hit the 30 food or so, but he just wanted to make sure he kept a constant supply of units out there. Personally, I would prefer to have a tech going on. Add in Kotobi's store, get Berserker upgrade. Or, you know, just get more damage for the upgrades and such. The Night Elf does tech though. This game, you can see he's already here too. He is more of an incentive to tech, as you know, he can quickly benefit from it, getting the archer long range, and of course marksmanship. And generally, Night Elves like to get the second hero. And he'll go Keeper this game, which is very effective with the strategy, since all you really need is like 3 seconds of focus fire and you have a dead hero. You can almost get that with Entangle on a hero. I guess not quite, but you know, you can get it in there. People really, in my opinion, underestimate how good Entangle is at killing off heroes. I know when I was doing my little Night Elf stint that I killed off several heroes. I almost killed as much as I would have been undead with a hero nuke. With that Entangle, just, you know, when they're getting low health, just entangle them and focus them, they're dead. But that was just my style with them, I guess. So anyways, you see them now. We're gonna actually try and fight this out. You can see Dutt does a smart thing. Knowing I have Crippler first, I'm gonna have a lot of summons, so he brings along Wisp with him. And they don't really need to worry about too much mana. The only hero that's using is the Fire Seer, but he already has a lot usually. And he's just using wolves the entire time, and that's really not that hard. Plus, the wolves don't really do too much. So you can see throughout the battle, basically we're just trying to move back fiends that they focus fire on and hope they continue to focus on them while they dance around and give us a little bit more chance to fight. But you can see they were focusing at Crypt Lord. He was out front. My last Death Knight didn't see him right away, so I just wanted to teleport out right away. Even if he did see my Crypt Lord and tried to quell him, he would have died before then. So I decided to save my Crypt Lord, and know I'm at tier 2, so I can just quickly buy some potions and generally just get better positioning. You can see they have a massive amount of units, but with my Crypt Lord I never really go the armor unless I'm just screwing around, because I'd rather have that impale. You can see right there, it worked out very nicely. So you can see right now we're just fighting him off. Basically what's keeping us in here is the fact that we have air effects right now. And of course we still have a decent amount of units out there with the skeletons and such. The tower of mine isn't really coming to play. We should have moved back just a tad bit more so it would. And the ghouls I had off wood to help fight. Honestly, I thought we were pretty much needed a few units and quickly, you know, why not just use those? So the fight continues. I keep buying on potions over and over, so you can see I don't really have any units now, but I felt that I could just do damage to their army with Impale and getting more beetles out there. So that's why I put money into the potion of mana and not into regular old units. And plus, the potion of mana is instant, the units are not. So you can see we forced them out. They could have stayed maybe, but it would have been extremely risky. You can see my ally has a lot of units still. And of course his Death Knight's getting higher and higher level. And they can't really do anything to stop him. Since they have nothing but low HP ranged units, the Death Knight can tear through them quickly with coil. So we just go back to creeping for a while, everyone just rebuilds, and we get another massive battle pretty soon. Actually, I shouldn't say soon. I think there's only one more big battle, I believe. I can't remember though. But yeah, massive creeping, go us. I just go for the Ogre Warriors. I'm thinking about maybe I can put an expansion up here soon. But maybe not. Actually, never mind. I can look at my food count right now. My unit count. I really just need units. Expanding could work out in the long run, but right now, if they were to attack right away and I put an expansion up, we would have been doomed, since I would not have any units for our side. So that's why I don't expand at the moment. But you know, it could work. Sometimes you just do crazy things and they work in the end, but you just take a lot of risk. I didn't think that one was worth taking. Sometimes I would. I think it actually would have worked out pretty well right now, since they don't really attack us for a little while. You can see this time Dust has 4 wisps with his priestess, so he's really afraid of all those summons we have going on. And of course, if we stopped using summons for some reason, he could always just tower us with those. So it's all good. Although he's pretty sure he would always detonate that. Get mana off all our heroes. But it's mainly for the summons. So they're quickly just gonna lock up. What the fuck? Stock up on scrolls. Since you have all these units, obviously scrolls is a huge benefit, not being capped at all. So yeah, you can see they get 2 scrolls of healing and a scroll of protection. That's always good. And they were gonna plan on attacking me, but for some reason they decided not to. I guess they just wanted to check to see if I expanded, but they don't attack me at all, so I was kind of surprised by that. I don't know why they didn't do that, because I'm open for it. Since I don't think my ally has a TP. Never mind, he does. Let's see, he seems to be getting okay items and creeping. You can see he has a really stacked Death Knight. That thing's not gonna die. It's basically a necromancer, and it has a Sobi mask with mass intelligence, and it's a bit of a tank, so very nice items overall for the Death Knight this game. So at this point I see them, thinking that they might attack, so I'm gonna run back. I don't want to try and take that alone. He says he got True Shot, huh? Oh, nice. Picked up True Shot from the creeps. I never noticed that. So obviously that's another huge help. So I'm just gonna sit back. I'm gonna buy. I don't know what I'm gonna buy. Maybe I'll buy a scroll of TP here in a moment, knowing that if they're not gonna attack me right away, they're probably heading over my ally, knowing that I'm just sitting here. So that's a good move. You can see my ally is using the Goblin Laboratory to reveal. Check out what they're up to. We can see the orc still has not attacked. That's a bit of a stupid move. He's at 55 food though, so he's just gonna have to hope that they win it like pretty soon, because him not teching and us teching, it's gonna come back to bite him in the ass pretty soon. So we're all just still positioning ourselves, waiting for someone else to attack. You can see Dust is expanding. Luckily they decided to scout with a wolf, which is great for me since that gave me level 5. I should have went in Pale after looking this over, but I go Beetles. I guess it doesn't matter. Either of them are okay choices. You can see I send out one of my Beetles to scout, but at this point they're attacking us. I am going to still pick up a Panda. I was going to have him just run in from behind and hope that they stayed there, and he can just get a nice drunken haze off. But you can see I don't get the opportunity to do that, so I have to just TP and try and save him. I could not really TP outside of any buildings. I didn't want to TP right on them. That would just lead to me getting owned badly because they have units in the back that can't attack. If I TP'd right on them, they're all going to be able to attack. And obviously I don't want that. And since I couldn't TP anywhere else, I just had this TP there and I risk getting crappy little building areas. And I obviously don't want to TP behind the Black Seal. That's just a nightmare for pathing. But at this point we're going to hit. We forced them to TP. We've killed off a few units. So let's just see if we can finish this. I'm going to try and chase down a few more headhunters with Drunken Haze, although I only get one. But he does leave his wolves behind, so that was pretty nice of him. I'll take that for experience. So we're going to go attack the orc pretty soon. Obviously, we don't want to try and, since normally you would see that it's kind of a huge area, but, with all these units it comes with choke points, sort of. We're going to end up having units stuck behind. At this point I finally noticed that nobody crept the Troll Priest, and I'll take that now. Get a really nice item with Devotion Ore. So basically we have a level 1 True Shot Ore of our own and a level 1 Devotion Ore that pretty much completely cancels out their own Priestess until she gets level 5. Because we have basically the one level of Devotion Ore counters one level of True Shot, and we have our own True Shot, so you can almost say it's balanced out. And now, since they basically have a hero that just sits there and does damage, we sort of got a big advantage from that. So we're going to go attack here in a moment. You can notice that trying to get every single unit in there is a pain in the ass. But we'll try and do it. So we're just going to hit a few units, wait until they come back to save the orc base. And then we'll notice right here that if we stay there right now, all of our units would not be able to attack all of their units. So we're just going to run back and wait for them to come out to the front of their base where we can pretty much get most of our army attacking at once. What I should have done right now though is make sure my Crypt Lord and Panda were sort of out front. Although if I had done that, that probably could have meant that they would be a bait to get focused on and killed off right away. So it's a trade-off. I either can't use my heroes very effectively, or they're stuck in the back, not able to use spells. You just kind of have to hope you can get somewhere near the front, but easy access to get out. But you can see this little area is not quite enough for us to do that. And my Crypt Lord and Panda is stuck behind. So anyways, the fight starts. Basically, it's just how much AoE can each of us spit out and how much damage can they do to us. You can see that was a really funny in Pale. I've never seen so many units thrown up in the air, I swear. But hey, it's all good. So finally they're going to have to use those wisps. Again, another Impale, pretty much getting the entire orc army. It's just really funny to see that kind of stuff. But yeah, you can see right now they're using that whole entangle of the hero, then focus him right away. But we get lucky, the coil gets to him right in time, and they're just continuing to focusing on him. They do get him, but who cares? It's just a level 2 Crypt Lord, and the entire time we were just beating him apart with our summons and all our units and such. So that'll pretty much be it. You can see I was trying to be sneaky and have my Panda run around the north side and go to the left and try and come from behind, but by the time he did that, they're dead. So that failed. But it's all good. So you can see that's game. A pretty good job. It's mostly my partner doing the work for once, so I'll take that any day. But who knows? Maybe I contributed something as well. But I'll admit it was mostly him. So there you have it. See you in about a week or so, maybe less. I'll see.